Creative writers, would you like to master the art of writing and produce exceptional writing in your standardized and academic exams, but at the same time, do you consider it to be a laborious and a tiresome process? Well, I couldn't agree less with you. The writing process can be a bit tricky and challenging, but not if you follow the 6 stages of writing. So for this reason, today I'm going to take you to the 6 levels of writing. So let's get started. The first level is planning. And here you have to foresee what you want your final text to be. It is when you define your topic and content area and you just organize your preliminary arguments into an outline. And of course, you just have to organize your ideas into subcategories. At the same time, you have to brainstorm and jot down whatever crosses right straight to your mind. When you first start writing your draft, make sure that you focus on content only and forget about the mechanics of the language. After you write your first draft, make sure that you revise it in terms of its content. So here, make sure that you revise it in order to avoid any embarrassing mistakes. So keep in mind 2 levels, the global and the local level. When it comes to the global level, make sure that you write what is required from you, and you just have to make sure that each information is relevant to the paragraph that it is in. If it's not, then should you move it to another paragraph or should you delete it altogether? And most importantly, make sure that your text is cohesive and unified. As for the local level, there are several aspects that you should keep in mind. First is that you should make sure you're using proper cohesive devices in order to present a logical relationship between the text segments. Second, make sure that you use diverse sentence types such as compound, complex, or simple sentences. But please make sure that you do not only use simple sentences. Also ask yourself the following question. Did I technically tie my ideas using pronoun references, parallelism, and word choices? Also, you have to ask or you have to refrain yourself from using run-on sentences, fragments, dangling modifiers, wordiness, inappropriate register, and most importantly, you should avoid using subjective and biased language. So you must ask yourself, did I refrain from using run-on sentences, fragments, dangling modifiers, wordiness, inappropriate register, and of course, biased language? So you should avoid using subjective language. On a final note, make sure that you do not show off by using fancy words that you do not know the contextual context of it. After you're done with the revising stage, you move on with the 4th stage, which is the editing. And here, editing is considered to be part of revising, but here you just have to evaluate your text when it comes to language and technicalities. You just have to scan for language accuracy. What do I mean by that is that you have to check if your sentences adhere to proper word ordering, meaning if your sentences have subject and predicate. You have to check if your verb tenses are consistent and they adhere to the type of the essay that you have chosen to write. You have to check if your subjects agree with the verbs, and of course you just have to edit for mechanics, meaning capitalization, numbering, abbreviation, and italics. So after revising and editing comes the proofreading stage. In this stage, you just have to locate small mistakes that you missed out in the previous stages. You just have to brush away those invisible blemishes before you publish your writing and present your final copy. So the last stage is the publishing or the presentation stage, in which you just put your final touches and polish it with an aesthetic beauty. So there you go. If you follow these 6 stages, you will be having a perfect academic writing. So go ahead and start writing.